Oh, is that what I look like? Oh, you're nice and close.
Yeah. I get right up. I get right up in it.
Throughout all my years, I want to touch you. So that's the story. Hang on, this is for my ASMR friends.
Okay.
Get your rocks off with Bolivia Carmichaels.
Yes. Welcome back to Slightly Unhinged. Today is a really special episode. It's Pride Month, and honestly, couldn't think of a better person to celebrate with. She's more than a performer. She's more than a host. She's become part of Portland's history. If you've spent any time in Portland's community over the last couple decades, chances are she's welcomed you through the doors, roasted you from the stage. She's the queen mother of Portland nightlife, the legendary, the iconic, the one, the only Bolivia Carmichaels.
To the crowd.
Yes, this is where everyone's going crazy and the band goes crazy.
To the balcony.
Yes, to the balcony.
Hi, Justin.
What's up?
What's up, Justin? Nice to be here. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh my God,
on
this
Unhinged.
is so fucking fun.
You know, when I thought about being on this show, I was like, Unhinged? Well, shit, that's me.
Unhinged. Here we are. I have to tell you, I met Miss Bolivia when I was, well, I'm going to say 21, but I was probably 18.
You're going to say 21, but it was probably 18?
I was 18.
Continue
let's be real. So,
I'm
Vaseline Alley.
Yeah.
Yes, Vaseline Alley. I was 18. Back in the day when you could easily slide off the wristbands and then go
give it to your friend.
Give it to your friend. So my friend was 21, would go get wristbands, and then they would be loosely enough on there. Back then I had skinny wrists and I could just, fist it right on in and get it there. Here we are.
God.
But no, you have been an icon in the city. You have been the staple of so many great places. And I met you when I was 18 years old, sneaking into Boxes and Red Cap and CC Slaughters, and we would kiki and have a drink and hang out.
That's crazy. That is crazy. See, I never did get a fake ID. I never snuck in because I really wanted my 21-year-old birthday to be like really special. Yeah. But oh my God, had I known that you were 18, I would have probably. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. I probably would have. I probably would have said, no, honey, you gotta
honey,
go.
You gotta go.
But I would have been nice about it.
Of course, you've always been so nice about it.
I would have been like, sweetheart, no, I know that you want to be here, but we can't have you here.
It's okay.
Hey.
I was I was a very cautious 18-year-old because I was always afraid of getting kicked out.
Right.
You know, even though, yes, I put the wristband on, whatever, but you never know. Security.
Like somebody could clock you.
Right. I never had a fake ID. So I was rolling in, but I mean, security, I might have flirted a time or two with the security and became friends, and then,
that checks out. That definitely checks out.
And then I'm just like, I've got myself an in now. And I just show up, and they're like, hey.
Oh, there you are again. Yeah, he's good.
Yep, he's good. He's here. Oh, my God. But, as a queer kid in Portland, though, one thing I enjoyed being around you and growing up in the culture of Portland is you're so welcoming. You always are just putting on a smile for everyone. You always are making people feel like they're at home and they're safe. And that's what I felt about any space that you were a present of when growing up, even at 21 when I was finally real and super excited to show my ID. Walking into CC Slaughters and you're just like, hey, here we are. Let's have a good time.
That's it. That's the way it should be. That's the way I am. I mean, I've always been that way. I've always been very smiley, very happy, very just you be you. You're perfect the way you are. Welcome. You have a family here. Yeah, you're safe now.
I love that.
And it's just the way I treat people. I remember when I first began doing drag, I was about 3 years in, and I started at Embers Ave. Nope, sorry. I started at the City Nightclub, which was part of Vaseline Alley. There was City Nightclub on 13th, and then across the street was. So you go from the the kids to the Eagle.
Yes.
Okay.
Kids to the Eagle.
And then you go down to Silverado, then you go Boxes, Brig, Panorama, and Scandals, and But ever since I was a kid, I've always been that same way. And when I first started doing drag, about 3 years after I started working at Darcel's, and there was this drag queen, and I was about a month in, and she's putting on her makeup, and she turns around, she goes, "All right, Bolivia, when are you going to cut the shit?" And I said, what shit? She goes, "Oh, all this nicey business." And I'm like, "Oh, but you don't know who I am, because this is who I am."
Yeah.
I want everyone to feel welcome, to feel like they are important, that they're seen, that they're not alone, that this is your family. I'm part of your family. You're safe here. That's what I've always wanted to make sure that every person that walks in the door feels like they're seen, they're heard, they're recognized.
Absolutely.
And even if I don't remember their name, the next time I see them, I go, "Oh, there you are. Hi. Oh, you're back. Oh, come here, give me a hug." What was your name again?
Right. What was your name again?
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. And I think that is something that definitely follows in your legacy. And I think that everybody, we did when we knew we booked you for the podcast, I actually started doing a little poll around Portland, and I started asking anybody that I came across that is in the queer space. I was like, I want you to tell me something about Bolivia. What was your first interaction? What was your first this or first that? But literally every single person said the exact same thing. She's the most welcoming, the most caring, the most just the energy that you put out is there. And you're highly recognized in the Portland queer scene. And even my hairdresser out in Hillsboro, I was like, "Hey, Ryan," I was like, "Tell me about Bolivia." And he goes, "Oh my gosh, I haven't been to CC's forever. But when I was a kid, growing up, queer young kid in my early 20s, I'd roll in and there's Bolivia." And so, I mean, you're a nationwide girl in Portland.
Oh, my goodness. I love it. But, to be honest, it really is. It's the fact that the Embers Avenue hired me.
Embers.
It's the fact that CC Slaughters hired me. It's the fact that Darcel 15 and Company hired me.
You.
Scandals has hired me. Bars all over. The fact that they've hired me and they trust that I'm going to be there. I'm going to be on time. I'm going to be up and ready and smiley and ready to go and ready to welcome the people that are coming through the door, because it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about the people in our community. It's about the people in our world. How do you feel? You feel good? And if you're not feeling good, come on, sit down and talk to me about it. Tell me what's going on. Let's see, or we can hug it out.
I feel like you and I probably have had a few therapy sessions in my life. We've sat down and over a cocktail and I've told you my bullshit and you're like, "It's going to be okay."
Yeah, because it is going to be okay, because whatever this is that you're going through, it is going to pass.
Absolutely.
And you're going to look back on it later going, "Oh man, I can't believe I made it through that."
Right. No, absolutely. So prior to drag scene in Portland, obviously everybody knows Bolivia. I think I have only really interacted with you in the real world as Bolivia, but there's obviously the other side of Bolivia, then there's the Daniel side of Bolivia.
Yeah.
And so tell us a little bit about Daniel. Like, where did you grow up? Like, are you from here? Like, everybody's always wondering, like, we only know Bolivia.
I know. Well, I that is true, and that's all I really want them to know.
Yeah. Done.
No, I'm kidding. I am Daniel Elliott, and I grew up here in Portland, Oregon. Well, actually, I grew up on top of a mountain called Dixie Mountain.
Okay.
And that's between Scappoose, Oregon, and North Plains, Oregon.
Yeah.
And so I grew up on the very top. You'd go up the mountain, and you'd find our place, and then you go down the mountain. It was an hour-and-a-half bus ride to North Plains Elementary School, and we were the first people on the bus in the morning and the last people on the bus at night. And so I grew up definitely a country kid. And so when I was 11, we moved down to Portland, and we moved right into North Portland. And so it was a bit of a culture shock because, I mean, we're talking country folk, into North Portland.
Yeah.
And I went to Beach Elementary School for just like a half a year, but then I went to Ockley Green Middle School, and then I went to Jefferson High School. And I chose Jefferson High School because my mom lived in St. John's, my dad lived in South Southeast Portland, and Jefferson High School, though, was the performing arts high school of the world. It was like, I don't know if you remember the show Fame, I'm gonna live forever. It was a television show called Fame, and it was about these theater and dance and artsy people just in high school, and Jefferson High School was pretty much that place for me, because I started playing the trumpet in middle school, and I wanted to go to Jefferson High School to continue that musical training, and then I found theater. Oh my God, theater! And so I went into I auditioned for it was Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, and the really great actor of my the time my 4 years there, his name was Adam Duzavor, and he was a great actor. I mean, he was just like, oh my God, it's Adam Duzavor.
It's Adam.
And so when I auditioned for Dracula, after my audition was over, he came up to me, he said, "You had a really great audition." I was like, I had a great audition.
Yes.
So I got cast in that, and then and so I loved it. I've always loved theater. I've loved being on stage. I like being backstage. Yeah. I like doing the tech stuff. I do sound and lights, and I've learned a lot of things throughout my years. Throughout my years, I've learned a lot of things about theater and all of it. So I love it.
I love that.
So, but the first time that I actually performed in front of a crowd was I was 4 years old, and it was for a family reunion Christmas gathering, and my mom had bought me the previous year. My mom had bought me this little Casio organ, just a keyboard, and she could hear me in my bedroom plucking out da 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 no da 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 da, or she could hear me finding the notes with, because I knew that note's wrong. Hang on, and then we'll play it again.
Do it again. Yeah.
And then I would go, Mom, do you want to hear my song? And she like she hasn't been here listening the whole time, but she goes, yeah, I want to hear it. And so then I went to this family reunion and I did that, and and that was pretty much the start. At 4 years old, that was the start of, I need to be on stage. I want to perform. Because this is what it was about. It was about the smiles of the people out there. It was the look in their eye, their smile, and they're having fun, and they're feeling, it was a lift.
Absolutely.
So
you just always are wanting to make everybody happy and smile and
make sure that they feel comfortable and that they're having a good time. And I mean, when I went to the family reunion as a little tyke, I'd walk around to each and every person, cousins and uncles and aunts, and I'd tap them on the knee and go, hi, just to,
oh my gosh,
because they'd look down at me and go, hi. Hi. It was that look. It's like the dandelion. When I was a little, I would hardly walk. I was just like a little toddler, and I picked a dandelion and I fell over picking it up, and I took it over to my mom, and just the look on her face, it was just like, and then she'd hold it under my chin and she'd go, it looks just like butter, and it was just like, it's always been
oh my God, that's amazing.
Like my brother, when I was a kid, if my brother, he's 2 years older than me, if he would cry, I start crying because why is he crying? Why? What's wrong? How can I fix this? So,
oh my God, that's amazing. I love that.
It's just who I am naturally.
I love that. So growing up out of childhood, when did you decide that drag was going to be the force of Bolivia's awakening?
Thank you. Thank you very much for that question, Senator. No, I'm kidding. That's a great question. I didn't know. When I was in high school, like I said, I did the theater, I did the music. And then when I was 18, maybe 17, I found the City Nightclub. And here there were people like me. Well, I used to watch this show on cable access called Night Scene. Okay. Night Scene. And it was a video live feed of the City Nightclub, of them dancing, having a good time.
The City Nightclub. The hottest music and video. Fabulous dancers.
and then the show would come on at midnight, and I would watch the show. But when I started going to the City Nightclub, I was like, my people.
Your people.
I'm safe. I'm here. I'm good.
Yes.
And then at midnight, we would all sit down on the lighted dance floor, and it was like back in the 70s, Danny Terrio. They had this disco dance floor. But at midnight, the music would shut off. We would all just be dancing along and sit right where we are, just sit down, and then the queens would come on the stage. And this queen named Lady O got on the stage, and she did Whitney Houston's "And I Will," and you know the song, okay?
I'm very familiar.
Okay. But the way her mouth moved and her throat moved, and the way she was just like, she looked like she was really singing it, and I was just like, that looks like a lot of fun. Yes. So I did. I asked them if I could do a show, and I played the Scarecrow, and Johnny Belinda played Dorothy. Johnny Belinda was like the Thorn or the Mr. Leather or something of that nature.
Sure.
Yeah, and so they played Dorothy, and I played Scarecrow. And then after that, I said, could I do another one? And that's when I first did drag. The first time I did drag, I did the song from ABBA. It's the winner takes it all, the loser standing small. And we had like a whole... When we did shows at the City Nightclub, we always had a production. We had a bunch of our friends in the number, and we would tell them what we wanted to do. And so I made this whole scene behind me of these two are going to the restaurant, and they're sitting, and they're having, dinner, and they're looking amazing. Lovingly into each other's eyes, while I just stood on the edge of the stage and just, I wasn't trying to do bucks and twirls.
No.
I'm just telling the story. And then at the end of near the end of the song, they get up to walk out the door, and we never looked at each other. It's not like I was there. There's like a fourth wall there, right? And so, but they get up to leave, and he pays the bill, and then he goes to go out, and he turns and he looks at me, and I turn and look at him, and then I go to the audience, the winner takes it all.
Oh my God, I love
it was
that.
Great. It was just,
That's
it was
amazing.
Fantastic. Now, how did I find the name Bolivia Carmichaels? I know you're going to ask.
I am.
So I'm
that
just
was
gonna,
next. That you literally read my mind.
I know. I'm like a soothsayer. No. So we got home about 4:00 in the morning from the City Nightclub because that's about what time.
Absolutely.
And Johnny Belinda was my roommate, and just laid down about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Just I was in my area, she was in her, and she goes, "Hey, Daniel." I said, "What?" She goes, "Let's go to coffee." I said, "Okay, let's go to coffee." And she said, "You're so cool. If I said let's go to Bolivia, you'd say let's go." Dude, I sat up in my bed and I said, "That's my name, Bolivia Carmichaels."
Yeah,
like I could see it in lights.
Oh
like,
my God, that's amazing.
And then when I started working at the Embers Avenue and started doing shows there, several of the queens would say, "Girl, Bolivia, that's the name of a country. Why is your name Bolivia?" And I was like, "Hang on, we're going to go to this camera over here." I was like, "My name is Bolivia, and I'm going to keep it as such. Thank you." Because I was like, "No, don't tell me to change my name. No, this is what I chose.
Your name.
If you don't like it, that's on you, and that's okay.
It's okay.
You don't have to like it."
No, that's amazing. I love that story. That's so good. If I remember right, you had a radio show.
Oh my God, yeah.
I used to listen to your radio show.
You did?
I did.
You really did?
I did. I really, really did.
Because we would look at the numbers on the computer. It was like 72 people.
It was
one of them. Yay!
It was one of me.
Oh, I love that.
When I was writing this episode with my husband, I was like, she had a radio show. And even Daniel was like, what? And I was like, she had a radio show.
She had a radio show, right.
Yeah. No.
That was great.
How did you get into doing a radio show?
Well, my friend Bobby asked me if I would come over and just play around one time and just, pretend to be on the radio. And I was like, pretend, let's do it, you know? And so we did a radio show, and it was Portland's only gay radio station.
Yep.
And we garnered quite a few listeners for quite a while, and then it went to the wayside,
Sure.
you know, as things do. But
Sure.
it was really a wonderful experience. I got to interview a lot of wonderful people, and a lot of questionable people. There, you know, there were some people that had some history that they asked me not to ask questions about.
Yeah.
And so that was a struggle for me, because I was like, but if I'm going to be on a radio show, I want to ask these questions. But, you know, I followed what they asked me to do. Don't ask questions about this, that, or the other. So I said, that must have been amazing, you know. And so I played the next song.
Right?
Yeah,
You're like,
it was fun.
on the next episode.
Right. It was really a fantastic experience, and I'm glad I got to do that, because I mean, I've been following, you know who Casey Kasem is. I don't know, from the like 60s, 70s, 80s. Casey Kasem never had dead air. There was not dead air, and so like even as the song started, there's that whole intro, and now a band that started in a garage in 1999. Here they are. This is so and so, and then they would start singing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like while the music's playing. So yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a lot on that radio show, and I learned a lot from Casey Kasem and Ramblin' Rod. I know some of you out there don't know who Ramblin' Rod is.
I was on the Ramblin' Rod show.
Shut up.
I was on the Ramblin' Rod
Smile.
show.
You were a Smile winner, weren't you?
I was on the Ramblin' Rod show.
Okay.
Coos Bay, Oregon. He was there.
That is so cool.
Full
Buttons.
buttoned out. And I sat in the audience and I was like, woo!
Yeah.
Before it went to a cartoon. Oh my God.
That is fantastic. That is so amazing.
It was
I
so
always
cool.
wanted to be on that show. I really did. But I was stuck up in the countryside. So
True.
But I was watching it, and I loved
yeah.
it. I
No, my
loved the way
parents
he
lived-
rode out on his boat.
Oh yeah.
You know?
No, my parents lived at the coast, and he happened to, I watched his TV show, and then he just happened to do, it was at a mall.
I want to touch you. You've met Ramblin' Rod.
Ramblin'
God.
I did.
Did you ever meet Tom Peterson?
No.
No, okay.
No.
Okay,
No,
that's all right.
no,
Yeah.
no Tom Peterson.
No, not me.
No,
Okay.
no Tom Peterson. But Ramblin' Rod, yes.
Do we do commercials on this show?
You can do a commercial if you want to.
Okay. Here we go. Brill cream, Brill cream, Brill cream, Brill cream. A little dabble, do ya? Brill cream, you look so debonair. Brill cream, the gals will all flock to ya. They'll get their fingers through your greasy hair. Just kidding, that's not how it goes. I don't think that's how it goes. Okay. Buy Brill cream tomorrow. No, okay.
Oh my God, I'm dead. Thank you.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Yay.
Oh my God, I'm dead. Oh shit. So coming into drag, obviously you had some inspiration starting your performing.
Yeah.
What ultimately at the end of the day, what was like, this is what I want to do?
Oh, that's good. Okay, so my inspirations again was Lady O.
Yeah.
Lady O was my first inspiration. And then there was, after I turned 21, I went to the Embers Avenue, and I just started going just to watch shows.
Sure.
You know, I'd already done a couple of shows at the City Nightclub, but I just wanted to come and be a boy in the crowd watching shows, but I was studying them. Okay, and I'm going to say that I was studying them because Tiara Desmond, who's over the rainbow already, but she would tell you, if she was here, she would tell you that I was stalking her. No, honey. I was studying her. Because she was just so feminine. The way she would move her arms, the way she would carry herself. She was just amazing. And Patio Dora was one of the hosts of the show. Crystal Lynn, Crystal Bell Rose, Pookie J. Bush. Stan was the MC over at Silverado. Inspiration, just the way they did their job. It was just so great. And but I went to
Dancer number 33 to the center stage.
Right. right. And he had the thing written on the side of his microphone. Right. So I would watch these queens, and then I started showing up to the Embers Avenue in drag.
I love that.
Not asking to do the show, just starting
up.
doing. Oh, but the first time. Oh, wait. Let me back up a little bit. The first time I did drag, the very first time over at the City Nightclub, I had Johnny Belinda spike up my boy hair because it was kind of long at the time, and I went to the Goodwill and I bought a black skirt and a white button top, and I had maybe some Mardi Gras beads on as jewelry, you know?
Yeah.
And so I went running up to Terica St. James, who is one of the notable drag queens, you know, and I said, "What do you think?" And she looks me up and down and she goes, "Of what?" I was, as we used to say, plucked. I was plucked. And so I was like, okay, copy that. And so I went and tried again and again. I used to work in the banking and insurance industry. And at around 26 years old, so from 21 working at Embers, now I'm on at Darcel's. 3 years after I started at Embers at 21, 24, I started at Darcel's. And then at 26, I was like, you know what? I am giving 50% of my energy to my day job of this banking stuff. And I'm giving 50% to being this creation. You know, I have to give somebody 100%. And I don't really care for this.
Right.
I don't care for this. I care for this. And so I decided that, you know what, I'm going to make this my career. I'm going to make this my career. And so I'm working at Darcel's, I'm working at Embers Avenue. And so I just started trying to get other bookings and getting other gigs and saying, hey, do you need another person? I got my music ready. I would just show up to other people's shows with my with my cassette tape.
With your cassette tape.
We used to use a pencil. You have to push play, and as soon as it starts, you stop, and then you use a pencil and back it up just that little smidge. Turn your music in so that when they push play, it starts from the right moment.
Oh my God!
But yeah, I decided I'm going to make a career out of this, and I'm not going to say it was easy, you know, because there was months where it's just like, okay, it's ramen this month, you know, but I like what I'm doing, and so I just kept going, and I keep, people have called me and said, okay, we got a position, or we have an event coming up, or how much would you charge for this? And I've always charged too little. I'm like my grandfather. He used to make bird feeders, and he would always charge $24. No matter what, it was $24. And over the years, he could have raised his price, but you know what? It's $24. I'm not fully like my grandfather now. Now, $24.
There's a couple more zeros on that one.
Well, maybe just one more zero. I'm not that pushy, but sorry. But yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
And I'm really grateful for it.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for it. It was pretty much what my higher power led me to do.
Right.
I was told that no, that's not where you belong. You're happy here. Do this. Do that, but you got to do it. You can't you can't skirt on the job. You can't just, you can't show up late.
Right. No showing up late, queens.
By the way, everyone, here back to this. I did show up about 10 minutes late to this gig today. I just want you to know I'm being honest. But
Thank you for your
generally,
honesty.
I'm not late. Okay.
Thank you for your honesty.
Okay.
You've
Okay.
always been on time. Anytime I've ever seen you perform or anything, you're always showing up. You're ready to go.
I love it.
You may have to throw your hair on real quick, but you're ready to go.
Right.
A quick little, we're ready. We're ready.
Oh my God, today, as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
and this can either make it into it or not. Okay.
No, it's
I don't
gonna
care.
everything makes
But
it
even
in.
today, I was just like, oh my God, everything is just, I was trying to brush it and spray it, and I was just like, forget it. Let's go. It looks great.
It looks great. It looks so
Does
good.
it?
Yeah, it looks great.
It's looking a little frizzy, a little dry.
No, it looks like you're just hired a Jesus today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're just you got the poof. You're ready. You're right up there with Jesus today.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
not even close. Not even close.
Not even close.
He's already over there. I'm still here. I got to do this right now.
Oh my God. How was the experience working at Darcel's?
It has been fantastic. It is really, every time I get to go on that stage, I'm backstage, the overture's playing, you can feel the buzz of the crowd.
Yeah.
It's just like, and we do this every now and then, we do this all in, on 1, 2, 3, just get the energy backstage. But, it's just a great experience. It's, so many people have come through repeatedly, and we continue to get new guests from all over the world that have never seen a drag show before.
Yeah.
And I just really, really, really love it. I love it.
It's a fun venue.
It is. I worked there for about, I worked there for about 8 or 9 years. And then between the schedule of CC Slaughters and the schedule of Darcel 15 and Company and then the other things, it just didn't work out that I could be on their cast for that time. And then I was off for about 5 years, but then the schedules worked out, and now I've been back for about 2 years, and I like I said, I just love it. I'm so grateful that Brandy May bought the club, because it was on the brink of Darcel 15 closing since 1969. Right. So many people have come through there. I mean, most of Portland has come through there, and if they haven't, they will, and they need to. But the thought of Darcel 15 or CC Slaughter's closing is just it's a travesty. But they're still open, and they brought me back on, and I'm very, very, very grateful for my position there. Yeah. I'm really grateful. I don't take anything for granted. I know that all of this could be just taken away from me in a heartbeat. Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm just grateful that I get to be there.
Well, you show up. You're genuine. You're amazing, and that's why they keep having you come back. I mean. There are some queens of Portland that, and
that's okay. Well, they're living their lives, and they're.
If you want to get booked, follow this one. Look at the work ethic.
Right, just show up.
Show up,
and be nice and be cool, and try not to complain too much. I mean. Yeah, things could be better. You're absolutely. You have a right to complain, and you have a right to your feelings on things. But sometimes it's okay to just go. Like Nanny McPhee. Just and just leave it at that. You don't have to always have to give your opinion. You can always have your opinion.
Yep.
But you don't always have to give your opinion.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes if your opinion is going to bring the people around you down, shut up.
Yeah.
Just smile and go,
smile and nod. All right.
Well, that's the way it is.
And you go put on a fucking great show.
Right.
And then you go home.
You go home.
It's all good.
Yeah, it is all good. Life is good, man. Life is good. Calm down.
Calm. It's okay. I love that.
I think I'll sit back and relax.
Yeah. Sit back and relax.
Oh, thank you.
So how did CC Slaughters come about?
Oh, okay. Hang on. That's a story.
I know. You're like the longest running resident drag queen.
Wait, hang on. This is for my ASMR friends.
Okay.
Okay, go.
All right.
Sorry.
With a little.
That was for my ASMR friends.
I love that.
Okay, good. I have a lot of them out there.
Do you?
No. I just made that up.
Maybe after this episode, you might have a lot of them out there.
Well. Okay. How did CC Slaughters come about? Okay, so I was working at the Embers Avenue.
Yeah.
And I had been working there, like I said, about 9 years. And I was hosting the Friday night show, and it was called Get Your Rocks Off with Bolivia Carmichaels.
Yes. I went to that show.
You did?
Multiple times.
When you were 18.
When I was 18.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, I have another story, but I'll get back to that one in a minute. Okay, so anyhow, I've been working there about 9 years, and I was cast Friday night, as the host of the show. And but that meant I had other nights available to me, and so CC Slaughters moved from their old location over near Hamburger Mary's or something like that, and they moved here. And so the new owners, Bruce and John, asked me to come on Saturday nights as the MC. Just as a host. And so I said, yeah, sure, that I have that night free. And so the owner of the Embers Avenue did not feel good about that, and let me know that that was not an option. And he said, if you're going to work over there at CC Slaughters, you won't be working here. And I said, oh, Steve, come on. Oh, come on, man, don't do that. Take that back. I've been working here 9 years. Embers Avenue is my home. These are, and he said, well, business is business. And I said, okay, I will have my things removed from my dressing room by this Friday. Because if business is business, then I have to go do what I'm called to do,
Absolutely.
And so I was very sad to have to leave the Embers. I was. because like I said, it was my home, and it really broke my heart that happened. And I'm not disparaging him. I'm not disparaging the space or the legacy of that space, but it did hurt.
Yeah.
And so, but I got on at CC Slaughters, and then they hired me for other nights of the week, since now I'm free. So
You're free.
And so so they hired me on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I was like, sweet, this worked out really well.
Yeah.
That was a good idea. But yeah. And then I've been on since then, and I love it. I used to work with a man by the name of David Pettit, who was my first manager. And when David's actually the one that told Bruce and John that we should hire Bolivia Carmichaels. And I think either one or both of them said, "Who's that? Who's this? Who is this?"
Oh.
And David was like, "Trust me." Yeah. And so, and I'm again grateful to have been hired so many years. I've been there now 25.
That's amazing. 25 years.
I
That's
win.
so good.
I've seen a lot of people come in that house, and I've seen a lot of people celebrate their birthdays, their bachelorettes, their divorces, their breakups. You know, I've hugged people that have been crying and celebrated with people that are excited. You know, I've seen a generation now come and go. I've seen the it kids that were the it kids. Oh my God. And now I don't see them, but I see a brand new group of it kids, you know.
That's got to be interesting, being there for 25 years and seeing the different phases of life. So you get the seasons, let's call it the seasons. You know, you get your seasons for one, and then it's a new season, and then it's another group and another group, and then maybe a few years down the road you see them again. And then it's like, here we are.
Exactly. I love that. I love that when I see people from 10, 15, 20 years ago come back through, and they're like, "Oh my God, I don't know anybody here." I said, "Yeah, but you know me. And this is still your house. This is your house."
Amen.
And you were there before any of these people were. So own this place. Get out there. Own that dance floor. Sweat just like you did then. Get out there and dance. Have a good time.
My sweating's a little more aggressive now in my older age than it was when I was 18.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sweating in places I had no idea I could sweat. Okay.
Let's just put it out there. Like, I have this thing where I don't dance in the cities that I live in, but every once in a while I cut it up there at the CC Slaughters.
And
I mean,
you should.
You should. Like,
you should just let loose.
But it's like 9:30. I'm like, you know.
Right. Jeopardy's already over. Oh my God,
I gotta go. She did. Oh my gosh. I love CC Slaughters.
Me too.
I have been a patron since I was 21.
Yeah.
And breaking news.
18.
Breaking
That was
news
loud.
18. So then COVID comes around. Oh, I love that. COVID comes around. And prior to COVID, we, the industry doing all these great things, obviously we've lost some queer spaces over the years in the Portland area.
Right.
COVID comes and it's like, shut the world down.
Yeah, that was crazy. As at first I was like, well, because like I said, this is what I do for a career. I don't have a day job where I can, go and that's for posterity later.
That's your
if I see that on eBay, I'm kidding.
That's your donation to the collection.
When COVID hit, that was a very scary time.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what do I do now? One, and this is what my mindset was then. Now, I'll get back to that. My mindset then was, one, I have bills to pay.
Mm-hmm.
I have to figure out what I'm going to do. And now I worked for a company called Rose City Sound and Lighting, and I think they're still in business, and they're a great, wonderful business. And the owner of that business is like the best sound engineer in the world, I swear.
Love that.
So Rose City Sound and Light. I got to work for Rose City Sound and Lights, and so I learned how to set up sound, how to set up lighting, and all that stuff. I had a Suzuki, a Suzuki Sidekick. No, Oh, it's the Vitara that I own now. Sorry. It's the Suzuki Vitara. And so I had my dad build a platform on the back. You take the top down. I had my dad build a platform on the back of it. I had 2 speakers. I had a mixer, and I had my brother hook up the power like through the car to the battery to charge a boat battery or a deep cell battery so that I could shut the car off and still run off of this battery and hook up the computer. And I would I started taking my show, just a Bolivia Carmichaels road show, to people's cul-de-sacs, to their front door, to their street, to their park. Because like I said, at first it was like, well, shoot, I got bills to pay. And I didn't tell people, I told people, this is free. If you would like to tip, you're welcome to tip. I'll put a bucket out because we have to stay 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
So I'll dance out here in the street, and your neighbors can come out, and we can just have a good time. And it was crazy because the neighbors would come out, they'd set up lawn chairs, and then the bucket would fill up, and my bills were paid. But the thing is that as now we're looking at 2026, several years later, people come back to me and say, Bolivia, you were in my driveway. You were you came to my, and it meant so much to us that there was still a connection, that we all, yes, we had to stay this far apart, but we're all here to enjoy this entertainment, and it really, it's just a beautiful thing that, like I said, back then, I was like, shoot, I have to pay bills. What am I going to do? But looking back, it's just, I didn't realize how important that was to our community. And I'm really grateful that I got to work for Rose City Sound so I could learn how to set up sound and do all the things that I did.
It was an amazing thing. We were at Scandals. And here comes Bolivia Carmichaels, beep, 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 down the road, because we were only allowed to be on the patio at that point, and we're all outside, and here comes Bolivia Carmichaels rolling down the road in her little Suzuki, and then she whips out, and she's like, all right, I'm putting on a show.
Right.
So, I mean, it was such an iconic moment, and you're right, it brought the community together in such a dark time when we thought this was going to be just a 3-day quick little thing, and it turned into a years-long thing, and bars suffered. We lost businesses. All of these things happened.
Places closed down.
And then you got Bolivia Carmichaels beeping down the road.
She's trying to keep everybody's spirits up. That we're going to make it through this. We're going to make it through it together. That's why we all love you. Together, we're going to make it through this.
We got this. We got this. And that's why we all love you.
So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that, that opportunity. I'm grateful that I got to be able to, like I said, work for Rose City Sound, so that I had these skills that I could put to work, that I could make happen. And now, again, looking back, I'm grateful that it meant so much to so many people.
Yeah, it did. It did.
I could cry.
It's so many people. It's an iconic thing, and I think you've had a lot of iconic moments in your career, and you've had such an amazing career. And I mean, we're ASMR again. Yeah, just give it a little. Just give it a little. Yeah, just give it a little shake. I fucking love it. But I think there's just been so many great moments, and we obviously had the scare of CC's potentially closing.
Ooh.
Breaking,
that
scary.
That was very scary. I mean, it was down to the last 2 weeks, maybe even 1 week. It was coming, and I could see it coming. I could see it coming a few years ago.
Yeah.
The owner at the time said, I don't remember what he said, but I could just, he had said some things that said that he just wants to be done doing this. And I can't blame a guy for wanting to be done doing this, And so when we heard that we're going to close, seriously, we were clearing out our dressing rooms. The other queens packed up their things, took them all home. And we were down to like the last 1 or 2 weeks. And I was in the basement, and the former owner was walking our new owners. Hang on, I have to burp. Excuse me.
Love that.
Thank you.
Another ASMR moment.
Another ASMR. Wait, there's no cameras back here.
No.
Anyhow, sorry. So the former owner was walking these 2 people through the basement, and just showing them around. And I was getting ready, and I was looking over like, what's this? And one of the owners turns to me. I said, hey guys, how's it going? And he looks at me, goes, who? You're the voice. You're the one that says, slaughter, 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 slaughters. And I said, that's me. And so, but I had an inclination. I think we might be staying open. And so when we found out that we're staying open, I was
relief.
so relieved. But then the next question was, well, I hope the new owners are going to keep me on.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
I went to them. I said, you're going to keep me on, aren't you? And they said, yeah, we're going to keep everybody who wants to stay on. Everybody from the old crew that wants to stay on, stay on. Yeah, and they're great. They're great. They're doing new things. They're trying different things, and some of them are working, and some of them are not. But they're finding their way. It was down to a couple who had owned a bar before. A straight couple that have owned a bar before, and they might want to turn it into a sports bar or something like that, or this couple who has never owned a bar before, but they want to keep it slaughters.
Yes.
And so the former owner said, "Okay, I'm choosing you." And so, and they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Like I said, there are learning pains, growing pains.
Absolutely.
But they're finding their way, and yeah, and it feels good. It feels
It's got
real
a
good.
great new energy.
It really does.
I was just recently there at one of Nicole's shows, and
Nicolonoscopy.
Nicolonoscopy,
And Saint Syndrome.
And Saint Syndrome.
Yeah.
I got Saint's actually going to be visiting the podcast tomorrow night, which I'm
heard.
so excited about. Nicole and I are related.
You are?
We are.
Wait, how so?
We're cousins.
Cousins.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we just
Okay.
keep it as cousins, but we're in a weird web of
That's what we keep
marriages.
it at?
But
Oh.
but no, I love going and visiting her shows and checking
aren't they
out.
great?
They're so good.
Oh my God, they are so good. I mean, that Queen's Keys
Yeah.
on Friday nights is really. And I told them this like about a year ago. I said, "This is Las Vegas shit. This is good.
They need
this
to,
is good." And so please don't go to Las Vegas.
No,
You stay right here.
Stay
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
No, I was super happy when they found their home at CC Slaughters and been able to continue their residency.
Wow.
And it's such a great show. But CC Slaughters, I feel like, it's got such a new energy, and it's like it's light, it's fun.
Yeah.
It got a little heavy there for a minute.
Yeah.
And I feel like now it's like you come in, it's like it's a whole new space, and
Yeah.
the owners have done a great job. And I'm
Yeah.
super proud to see it stay open and see you still
It is a great
running
vibe.
around, and
It is a
being
great
crazy.
vibe from the moment you get to the door with our security, they're also very kind, and they're not trying to be all I'm security.
No,
you
no.
know, they're just like, welcome, come on in. I'm glad to see you. You know,
Yeah.
To the bartenders, to the bar backs, to the kitchen, and now to the management and the owners. Everything is
that.
just, it's such a great vibe. It's
I agree.
It's upbeat.
I agree.
It's
I
love.
agree.
It's
I
your
love it.
house.
It's your house.
It's your house. Come on in.
I love
Get
that.
in here.
It's beautiful.
This is local.
Yes.
CC Slaughters is local.
Yes.
Like Scandals, like the Eagle,
Yes.
like Silverado.
Yeah.
These are your local clubs.
Yeah.
These
Support
are
local.
yeah.
Go to your local clubs.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, so we're gonna do a quick little rapid fire
Okay.
game. First thing that comes to your mind. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Favorite performer.
The Sable Cities.
Favorite drag queen ever.
Sable Cities.
Favorite song to perform.
Sable Cities. No, okay, wait. Okay, sorry.
I love Sable though.
Okay, sorry. Okay,
Favorite song to perform.
Favorite song to perform. Thank you. Okay, first things. Oh God, there's so many. Oh God. Okay. I'm supposed to think of the first one, but so many are running through my head right now. Favorite song to perform. I'm going to go with Reba McEntire's Fancy. It's I know you didn't ask for a long explanation,
No.
but when I walk out because my boy lip is very thin, this is all built on right there. Okay. My favorite. Okay, so my boy lip is very thin, and so I like the reaction when I walk out and just.
I love that.
Well, I remember it all very well, and then they all. That's Reba. Okay, sorry. Okay, go.
Well, and then my next question is your
Rapid
favorite
fire.
Reba song. So you might have just fancy.
Or, but my second my second favorite would be Walk On, Walk On. It's a great song. When your troubles get you down, Lift yourself up off the ground and walk on. It's a great song. Yeah, it's just got a good message to it. Go.
That's amazing. Heels or flats?
Here, flats any day, any day, any day.
Any day.
Yes.
Sequins or feathers?
Sequins.
Love it. Favorite Portland memory?
Favorite Portland memory. This is a Spitfire thing. Favorite Portland memory. Okay, I get to be the Grand Marshal of the Pride Parade in, I don't remember what year it was. It was a few years back.
Yeah.
I got to be the Grand Marshal of the Pride Parade.
Mm-hmm. That was amazing.
That would be my favorite Portland memory.
I love that. Who makes you laugh the hardest?
Who makes me laugh the hardest? Oh God. Poison Waters.
I love her.
Poison Waters is the funniest person I know. She can think, she hears something, and right out her mouth comes something just friggin' hilarious. Yeah, I admire her. She is the funniest person I know.
I love that. Your go-to fast food?
Go-to fast food. Okay. Taco Bell. Taco Bell. 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Oh my God.
Taco
Okay.
Bell.
Quick story about that. We used to do this show called the Superstar Divas.
Yes.
At CC Slaughters with Ginger Lee and Honeybee Hart, and then my friend Allison and Ronnie, and then several others oftentimes would join us. But after the show was over on Sunday nights, we would go to the Taco Bell over on Weidler, by Weidler and MLK.
Yeah.
And we would just we'd sit in the parking lot on the back of my truck and eat Taco Bell, and then we say goodnight. But yeah, Taco Bell is my go-to.
That.
Sorry.
Favorite cocktail?
Favorite cocktail, vodka.
Love it. If Bolivia had another career?
Bolivia had another career. Oh, quickly. This is Spitfire, right? Okay. If Bolivia had another career, she would be a flight attendant.
Yes.
I don't know.
I love that. I could see you as a flight attendant. And these are your exits.
Welcome. Yes. I would be doing one of those TikToks where I'd be probably doing something stupid, and they'd be all, "Oh my God, I look at this."
Favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday, Christmas.
Yes. And your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, I think, would be, oh God, okay. Oh, it's a cross. I got three favorites. It's Superman the movie with Christopher Reeves. It's Goonies and E.T. Phone Home.
Yes, E.T. Phone Home.
Yeah, those are my three favorite movies, I think.
Well, thank you for playing a little rapid fire with me.
Oh, yeah. I like a rapid fire.
I like a little rapid fire. No, it was great. It's been so fun because I feel like everybody knows Bolivia, but this was a good moment for people to get to know you a little bit more.
Good.
And this has been so fun.
Thank you.
But
we're not done yet, are we?
We're getting close.
Oh.
I know. It's coming to the end. It's coming to the end of the show.
Thank you.
It's coming to the end of the show. But before we leave, though.
Okay.
But before we leave, we have to get this on camera, and you have 1, 2, 3 cameras. Can you please give us your iconic CC Slaughters, Portland's premier gay nightclub, fucking run out?
Okay. Yeah. It's for me, ASMR friends. Okay, here it is. Welcome to CC Slaughters, Portland's premier gay nightclub. Y'all hit the dance floor.
Yes! Oh my God, that's so good. And because I refuse to leave it without Eve also hearing it, you got to give me a little Reba.
Oh God, Reba?
Yeah.
Is that my camera?
That could be your camera right there.
That's my camera.
It's your camera.
There it is. No I'm kidding. Wait. Okay. Okay. Here's my Reba. Well, no, it sounds bad. Okay, it's gonna sound good. Okay. Hey y'all, I'm just so pleased as punch to be here with all y'all. Thank you very much. My name is Reba McIntyre. Be sure to check out my show on whatever channel you find. Check your local listings. Okay. Okay, but real quick, before we go, I want to make sure I invite you to join us at Darcel 15 Plaza.
Yes.
Darcel 15 Plaza. It's over on the Fruit Loop on what used to be called Stark Street, but is now called Harvey Milk.
Yes.
And 8th Avenue. Darcel 15 Plaza has all sorts of fantastic programming going on throughout the summer. And then I'd like to invite you, of course, to CC Slaughters. Come down to your home nightclub and play with us and dance with us. And then also, you can find us at Darcel 15 and Company. You can find us being me and the turd in my pocket. No, I don't have a turd in my pocket, by the way. I just want you all to know that, okay?
I love that.
But come to Darcel 15 and Company and support your local nightclubs. I'm there Friday, Saturday nights, door at 7, show at 8. We have a Sunday brunch at door at 11:30, show at 12:30 every Sunday. Sunday Fun Day. And let's see. Gay Skate. Gay Skate is an all ages event. It's
so
over
fun.
at Oaks Park roller skating rink every first and third Monday. Again, this is all ages from little boogers to big boogers. Okay, everybody come down and just go skating every first and third Monday. It's a lot of fun. I've been there let's see. My last one is over at 503 Distilling. And over at the Rambler, I have 2 different bingos. The first bingo is at the Rambler. No, hang on. I'll tell you about that one. The Rambler is at the Rambler over on Mississippi.
Yes.
And that is on the second Thursday of the month. Very good. And then on the second Friday of the month, you can find me over at 503 Distilling for more bingo. Lots of prizes, lots of fun. And then that's where you can find me. CC Slaughters, Darcel 15, The Rambler, 503 Distilling. My name is Bolivia Carmichaels.
I love that. And we'll have all of that linked in our show notes. But before we leave, Bolivia, I don't think people realize how many lives you've touched. You've been there for first dates, first prides, coming out celebrations, birthdays, breakups, memorials, fundraisers, victories, heartbreak. You've made generations of queer people feel they've belonged. That's an incredible legacy.
And
Thank you.
That is a two-way street. That they've been here for all of my birthdays, my celebrations, my breakups.
Yes.
They have all been there for mine too. That is a two-way street.
Yes. So thank you for showing up, for making us laugh, for giving us a place that felt like home, for reminding us the joy in life, and for being exactly who you are. We're lucky to have you. Happy Pride, Queen.
Happy Pride.
So thank you for coming on this crazy little podcast of mine. It's been so fun. You're an icon. You're a legend. Make sure you follow all of Bolivia's socials. We'll have everything in the social notes. It's Pride season. Get out there, celebrate. We got Portland Pride coming up in a couple weekends.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
I will be on the Pride Parade, not Pride Parade. I'll be on the Pride stage, the main stage, on the Sunday, the final from 5 o'clock till closing. I'll be the host of the Pride Parade. I said that again. Of the Pride stage. Main stage.
Main stage.
Yeah.
So make sure you go check out Bolivia. I'm going to be bopping around as well. My team is going to be bopping around, so I'm sure we're going to see you out there. And thank you again for being on the show. We got to get you to your next event, and I just appreciate the hell out of you, and I can't wait to see you on the dance floor at CC Slaughters in the coming days.
I love it.
I love it.
Thank you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves, okay? Be good to you. Be nice to you. Yeah? Be nice to you. Give yourself a break. Get off your back. Leave you alone, man. Don't be mean to you, okay? And I say this from experience. Don't be mean to you. Don't pick up where anybody else left off, because you are perfect just the way you are. I mean it. You are the chosen one. You are chosen to be that person. If you were chosen to be anybody else, then that's who you would be. So be that person, because you're the perfect one to be that person. You're fine. You're good. You're good. I mean it. Love you. I love you. Okay? Okay. And then I'll get off
Amen. I love that. And remember to vote.
Oh, Don't forget to vote.
And that's a wrap. Thank you so much, Bolivia, for being on the episode.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Yay.
Turn it up, don't miss a thing. Welcome to the show. Slightly unhinged. Slightly unhinged.